Joseph, what's his middle name?
Robinette. Yes.
That's very Delaware.
That nigga must be named after 3 grandparents.
Correct. Robinette. That's my That's got to be some kind of gun, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, or some kind of strap,
a revolver.
I wonder how his father felt about his son being named. Well, he was a junior though, so
he loved it.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, well here we are. It's January 20th, 2021, and we are finally done with Sir Flaming Hot Cheeto.
The 46th presidential administration.
We at 46 now. We ain't even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? We on that 4-6, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I saw Cory Booker, that corny brother, post. You know, I seen a lot of people post a joke that be like, "It was cold in DC today, minus 45." You know, minus 45. I saw Cory Booker post that. I can just see him saying that shit. I can see him saying that shit. Everybody at the inauguration today, just like repeating the joke.
You know how cold it is today?
Minus 45. Better bundle up with them boot cuts.
Y'all think Rosario ate that one up?
She had to just give a little laugh, like, oh, he's a senator.
So clever. Climate change.
He's a senator. So clever. But okay, so Trump officially is skedaddled up out of there. My man had an 8 a.m.
I tell you, he gone.
He had an 8 a.m. farewell ceremony, and all the guests had a +5, bro. Like,
+5?
Yeah, you didn't have a +1. Or
why
+2.
you need a +5?
You had a +5 because ain't nobody want to come. That's why. So he had enough space to give everybody 5 guests that they own at a presidential farewell.
I've never heard about a +5.
Skirted off, left Mike Pence in the dust to fend for himself at inauguration.
Is that not fitting of the whole administration? The whole
Sounds about right.
Pence chilled. He did his thing. Went off, drove off in the chariot, and off he went back to Indiana to take away gay rights. So
that is going to be his sole purpose now.
Wow.
He's probably going to actually create a group now since he can't actually do what he was doing previously as far as the camp.
Yeah, he's weird, man.
He gonna do some kind of group, you know, some kind of advocacy.
Him and mother.
That's what he calls his wife, right?
Yeah, that's what he calls his wife. Him and mother gonna go back and do some deep thinking and maybe whip themselves.
Monique says the same stuff, and it's weird.
Daddy.
Yeah.
You're like, alright.
Weird.
Alright.
So the inauguration had some key moments. You had a young poet laureate, 22 years old,
correct.
The youngest to ever speak poetry at an inauguration.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
she shared the
killed
stage
it.
with Robert Frost and Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She is that good. You know what I'm saying? She's up there.
That's very dope.
So dope.
She actually penned the poem. She said a couple of days after the insurrection at the Capitol. And it has some deep parts to it, just talking about how our country isn't broken, it's unfinished. So, like, just remember that when we think about democracy. Very young country, we got a long way to go when it comes to shit like that. So, shout out to her. Biden had a good speech. Some say it was the best presidential speech in an inauguration that they ever heard. Blah, 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 blah.
It's not better than Obama's speech.
I've heard that.
It was a good, but he's not a good public speaker.
No.
It was a good speech.
I'm just saying what I heard. I thought it was alright. I wasn't like, you know, moved to tears or anything.
Yeah.
It was solid.
It was way better than what we got 4 years ago. A complete contrast to what we got 4 years ago.
Yeah. It was. That's the biggest thing is the contrast and the immediate contrast. Kamala had a pretty dope speech. She was very fresh.
Yeah. Like
very, very, very fresh.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the women, the first ladies and the vice president for their style and the monochromatic. I don't know if they chatted together before about this stuff, but they all had some dope monochromatic schemes going on. Jill looked dope, like she looked very like mature with that swag, you know, of a elegant old white lady. And Michelle just came through, stepping up, looking like a damn Destiny Child. Like, look, she was like
a star, bro.
Yeah, she's like a star.
It was great.
She's like a star, bro.
For sure.
So respect all of them for doing their thing.
Thanks.
The best parts of the inauguration to me was not seeing Trump sloppy ass over there.
Was it Garth Brooks singing?
Oh yeah, Garth
That
Brooks
was
singing.
super
They
random,
had Garth
bro.
Brooks. They had Lady Gaga.
It was
They had
very random.
a lady from Durham. Shout out to her, cadet from Durham, who well, I think she might be. I don't know if she graduated yet or not, but she did the Pledge of Allegiance
Cool.
earlier. She stood with the bull, and
Nice.
so that was dope. The fireworks were crazy though that we just saw, man.
Yeah, that was.
The fireworks were insane. I guess because they couldn't have people out there.
So they said,
It was like they bought all the fireworks, and
They bought all the.
I love it.
They went south of the border and went ham.
I'm about to look up all the 8K videos on YouTube to see that shit.
Right.
See how to.
It was very nice. Very like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
very aesthetically pleasing. It filled the DC
Right.
sky. People in DC were tweeting, I thought it was thunderstorming, blah, 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 all that shit. So apparently it was
That's great, man. Yeah.
Felt great, you know what I'm saying? So I love that. Great intro to
Thought it was thunderstorm.
Joseph Robinette Biden's
Junior.
junior's term. Shout out to him.
Shout out.
So
Shout out to Kamala.
So now that we can take a sigh of relief, we don't have to be worried that our president is going to shoot off a nuclear tweet at fucking 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking back? Like, what are the biggest like takeaways from the Trump administration?
Is that you really can't be a terrible person and expect people to still love you the same when you started 4 years before.
Yeah.
It's just not because you're gonna rot from the inside. Just
What
like he did.
was it as bad as you thought it was going to be?
It was about.
Bro, it was worse, bro.
It was bad, right?
I thought it was gonna be
It was
terrible,
bad.
bro. It was worse, bro.
I mean,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
in a jokingly way, everybody knew it wasn't going to be as smooth as
Yeah.
like Obama or even Bush,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
But
Not at all.
it was a complete like.
Yeah.
It was a circus. Like all jokes aside, it was a circus between
It was just bad.
It was a
people
circus.
getting indicted, people
Yeah.
getting arrested,
Yeah,
a lot
right.
of corruption. It was
Impeachment.
a whole
Muslim
circus.
ban.
Muslim
Right.
ban coming in, the whole wall bullshit. He
Right.
built 40 miles of wall and we paid for it.
The former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, he said today, and I'm quoting him, he said, "I'm not going to pay for that, quote, effing wall."
I will, and the wall just got 10 feet taller, believe me. I saw him make the statement. If I would have used even half of that word, it would have been national scandal.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab him by the pussy. Grab him by the pussy. Grab him by the pussy.
Yeah. Mexico paid for it though, cuz.
Mexico
Mexico
paid
got
for
the
it.
bill.
They had
The
a
bill
big,
is at bro door
What-
at the across the border.
Really think that
Where it has to be cool.
Oh, we also added over $2.5 trillion to the national debt. The budget hawks, the conservative budget hawks, added over $2.5 trillion. Over $2.5 trillion to the national debt. That's fucking insane. So
I
yeah.
think what we all knew already. This is a lot of America really don't fuck with black people still, or minorities, and there's. I think he really just emboldened. That's the word, right?
Yeah,
He
emboldened.
That's what he
emboldened
did.
people who feel a certain kind of way, and as you saw the last 4 years, there's. I'm not gonna call any names, but there has been one, criteria of citizen here in this country who has been a bit more
Outspoken.
than they normally would have been, and
For sure.
cause and effect. So
See. Interesting. Very interesting.
Don't worry, it's all part of Q's great plan to overthrow the government. Like apparently Biden, because Trump called him Sleepy Joe, the QAnon folk believe he is a sleeper cell and will awaken to arrest the child pornography ring that Hillary Clinton has started. So just wait on that, man. It's happening any day now, like any hour now. Like they're just going to arrest Hillary and Bill Clinton. And who's the guy? Soros. Soros funds all of this stuff. So just wait. It's coming.
They're really gonna run out of material to the point where
I mean, a lot of people, once the inauguration happened, like, there was a complete QAnon meltdown, bro. I mean, a lot of them woke up immediately like, damn,
we're
this
not
is all a
gonna,
lot, huh?
we're not gonna get. Oh, so that means that we're not gonna get the president. No, you're not gonna get the
happen.
president.
There's not a military takeover of the government.
That's not happening.
And Trump
bro.
is not your superior king lord that's gonna rule forever. That's not what's about to happen here. He actually lost an election.
Yeah, he lost. Man.
The way elections go,
those are consequences. The consequence was he took that L. The L that I think was taken. The craziest L I think was taken, possibly was by Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne selling himself out for a pardon, did the crime, can't do the time. I always fuck with Wayne.
That's your boy too.
I've always fuck with Wayne.
That's my favorite rapper, man. You know.
Now it's a fucking skip on your ass, bro. Because I can't condone that kind of behavior.
I can't.
I
don't get it, man.
I don't want to compare him to Kanye, but in terms of like platform for
man.
my generation,
When
Kanye
did Kanye sell
lost
himself
too.
out in that manner? Kanye lost now. He definitely lost.
He's lost. He didn't sell himself out in that manner, but he was definitely on the MAGA. He was on the MAGA wave.
Yeah.
And similar to how I feel
They
about
both in the same side of the coin.
I can't really
I only say that Kanye didn't
coin.
need Trump for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't out of necessity. I think he really was losing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas
mental
Wayne,
health is no joke.
Wayne, mental health
Kanye
no joke.
really does need help. So
Yeah. Wayne needed something from this nigga.
He needed a certain
like,
job.
really
He
like
needed something transactional.
Just
like Trump has
Yeah.
been needing from everybody that
Exactly.
he's ever met in his whole life.
Trump understands that. Like,
So like
Trump understands
he was, you know what I'm saying, he was pretty
that.
understanding.
Coming up, Lil Wayne's check Lil Wayne's February 21st Mar-a-Lago performance live from the goddamn ground.
dedication on already in the streets.
Right. The pardons were a joke. Just to clear, the pardons were a fucking joke. Trump abused that power like he abused everything else.
He pardoned Kodak. He pardoned
his last fucking
Patrick.
day.
He pardoned Steve
Bannon, old racist ass, who got caught up doing some shit for Trump.
Right,
So
stealing money from MAGA.
I expect that he will get prosecuted again, so I ain't worried about that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. He would definitely be
overall
sentient.
So we can agree that was a shitty presidency.
I
the worst
give it-
ever.
That's the worst. That's the worst I ever
my
seen.
life. I mean, I give it an F.
I give it an F.
I mean, it's just F
I
minus.
give it an F.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or an E.
F,
Bro.
or E, unsatisfactory.
Y'all remember E's back in the day?
Non-completion, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so
It was just horrible, man.
It
It was
pretty bad.
It went as far beyond my expectations of being a piece of steaming shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately.
Exactly. I knew it would be.
Kept going.
I think what I underestimated was how like malicious some of the people around him and he would be with some of the policies. Like I expected them to be incompetent, right?
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot. That's clear, right? I expected them not to know what to do or like how to handle a lot of situations. But I didn't expect them to be like so targeted with like fuck Muslims, fuck gay people, fuck black people. Let's get the rich some money and like fuck these niggas. Like I didn't expect that to be like the
It was a shock.
the whole theme. So
Like it was a shock because you just don't. You're not used to it being so outward and
yeah,
so
exactly.
like it's just like this is coming from the president.
And that
Like normally it'll come from a proxy
and
somewhere random. You know what I'm saying? But this came from the man himself.
Exactly.
The
It came from the
leader
man himself.
of the free world.
It came from the man himself.
We
And
heard
like,
him say it, and then he doubled and tripled and
Right.
quadrupled down every single time.
To circle back to what you were saying earlier, it emboldened them. It emboldened them, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say this. A lot of people have said this, and it doesn't. A lot of people don't like really understand it. But what the president says means something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
every
because
time.
it come out the president's mouth. People
Every time.
like give it legitimacy.
It's played so many more.
It
so
doesn't
many
matter
more
what
times
it
than
is.
Any
It
other
doesn't
person in the
matter what
world,
it
any
is.
other politician in the world, of course, like it's going to get amplified. It's
matters.
going to get boosted, and the echo is going to in this 4 years.
Yeah.
It was an echo of demon spawn.
Very rarely has,
It was just
has
terrible,
a
man.
president, someone in that position, use that power as maliciously as he has.
Yeah, man, it was just bad.
It's only gonna get
Maliciously
uncovered when it
and
get
for
worse.
his gain,
Exactly, for
and
personal gain.
for his personal gain that we actually had to pay for as tax-paying citizens.
I can't wait for the docs to drop.
The docs are going to be crazy.
Docs
Ken
gonna be crazy.
Burns joint on him is going to be crazy. I don't know when it's
Ooh,
dropping.
Yeah, that shit gonna be absolutely
But it's
wild.
gonna be
And
heavy.
he actually was just like telling Ken Burns like what I like, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Like he was a fucking like he was a Rolling Stone, like telling about experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You can do that
a
when
roadie
you
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
Bottom line is your votes work.
Yeah, I think democracy kind of spoke for itself.
Democracy prevailed, as Robinette said today. It was trials. Hey,
Yeah.
Robin and
Hey.
JR.
Like,
It was
and I
hard.
think he said something important. Like, even if you didn't vote for him, he's
You didn't vote for him.
still gonna be your president. He's gonna work for you, which
He's working for you.
was not
We did not hear that
at all
So
the last 4 years. So
Yeah,
it's definitely something to look
Right,
forward
if-
to, something to be
it's
hopeful about.
a relief, honestly. Man.
those same
Correct.
people want everybody, the liberals, to give Trump a chance. And I think most people really were open minded for the first
Yeah,
month or so, but
Yeah.
then it became really clear he wasn't up for the
became
job.
really clear. And it became really clear he had a vendetta against Obama. He just
Yeah.
wanted to went on a spree of
It's
trying to just
weird, man.
undo everything Obama did.
So-
like
Yeah. Bottom line is democracy got him up out of there.
democracy prevailed.
Hopefully we can continue to have democracy work in the favor of democracy to keep continuing to get him out of there, so he's never allowed to hold office again.
We
you know,
slack.
and-
Hey, democracy slack for a second, but we back, no question.
Yeah.
And word to
Correct.
my man Ho. So
Correct.
we are back. I think we got excited for you to look forward to. I think this is going to be the best time in American history to be black. I'll put that on my. I'm gonna talk about that more in this administration
It's a
coming up.
strong
I'll talk about this more in our next video. But it's the best time in American history to be black. Just hear me out. Hear me out on this.
We'll see. We'll see.
So let us know what you think of the inauguration today.
Like and subscribe.
All
you know
that
what I'm saying?
below, man.
Comment below. You know,
If you dislike, like, it's all the same, man. Let us know your comments. We want to get y'all engaged. So.
shout out to democracy though.
Shout out.